I am very proud of my team. I am extremely proud of my team always, no matter win or lose. My name is Taylor Shumaker, and I play for OC Batbusters Stith.
So tell me about your team and the reputation you have coming into AFCS.
We do have a very big reputation on our shoulders this year. We all know that we have something to uphold, and I think it put a little bit of pressure on us in the beginning, but I think that we have a really good team dynamic. We all enjoy being around each other. We all love just getting to spend time with each other, especially with how much time we get to spend with each other during the summer. And I think we're ready to uphold that. We're ready to show everybody that it doesn't change just based on the year before. Like, just because we don't have some of the girls we had last year, we have girls that have come in and have filled those spots really well.
So tell me a little bit more about that. Tell me about your team and the players you have, and sort of, like what practice is like, what the relationships you'll have with each other.
I think it's kind of like a big sister relationship, like especially with the seniors this year, since we do have some younger girls on the team. We have a lot more freshmen than we have in years past. I think just making sure that we're incorporating them and making sure that they understand that just because they're younger doesn't mean that they're anything less, and they need to be able to fill in those positions if they want to be in this environment. And practice is really just, it's fun to be around. It's fun to see everybody compete and do what they need to do and get their jobs done. And when everybody gets their jobs done, I don't think there's much that can beat us.
Cool. So tell me about you now. How long have you played for this team, and what is sort of your journey been for years past?
I've been a Batbuster since I was 11 and a half, 12. So I've been a Batbuster for about 6 years. I've always been around Coach Mike. I played for Tony Mascarenas, and then I played for Katie. And I love the way we do things. I love how classy everything is kept. I love that we're just taught to play softball and play the game that we love. I really just appreciate getting to do all of the programs that we do, like DA, and it's just not only making us better players, but better human beings. And being around Coach Mike I truly think makes us better human beings. Like, we're not only taught to play the sport that we love, but do it with class and do it to where we have a good reputation that we like to uphold.
Cool. And for context, tell me what year you are and what sort of role that kind of plays you.
So I graduated in June, so I'm a senior. And honestly, taking on the leadership role this year was a little bit of a struggle for me. I've always been like the younger one on the team, so I've always had upperclassmen who have kind of showed me the ropes and made sure that everybody was kind of meshing together. And so I had to take on that role this year. And so learning that different people need to be led different ways, and sometimes my leadership might not be taken the way that it needs to be taken, and learning how to kind of make sure that everybody's taking the leadership in the way it needs to be taken. Kind of learning that I may need to be led one way, but somebody else may not take it that way, and that could be detrimental to a team. Learning just to uphold that leadership position and learning the right ways to do it was really helpful for me this year.
That's awesome. So, how are you feeling coming into this week then? What were sort of your goals? What was the energy of the team? And what sort of things were you telling each other?
I think the amount of time that we spent together this summer has been really helpful. We spent 3 weeks together right at the beginning of the summer. I think we all know that if we just need to do our jobs, and knowing that we want to play for each other, we want to do well for each other. We want to, I want to hit this ball because it's going to score a run for my team. It's not like a selfish thing. And I think a lot of us we weren't nervous coming into this week, but we knew that we have something to prove. Like, every year we come in knowing we have something to prove, and so being able to come in as a team and do things together as a team and making sure that we're all just getting done what needs to get done, it was just really important for us this week, knowing that we have something to prove.
Cool. So tell me sort of paint the picture of yesterday for me. So tell me about you were playing your last game to qualify for Elite 8. Sort of set that up for me, and then tell me how the game went.
So we went into yesterday. There was a lot of talk of knowing that we were going to have to go in and play a good game, because with this tournament, we've just learned that it's very important to just make yourself play as minimal innings, as minimal games as possible, just to keep everybody fresh. So we knew we had to perform yesterday. We started off we weren't doing as well as we wanted to, and so we just had to continuously tell ourselves, like, hey, we trust each other, we trust ourselves, we're going to start having better at bats, we're going to start doing this. We got a little bit antsy in the middle of probably around the 4th inning, and we got a little bit nervous, but Coach Mike pulled us in, told us that he trusted us, that he knew that we were going to end up doing our jobs, and that we just had to continue to trust each other. And I think that's kind of what helped us pull through in that last inning.
All right, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's all good. I think that's kind of what helped us just continue to push through in that inning, just knowing that we're going to hit the ball, we're going to make good plays, our pitchers are going to pitch, they're going to get hitters out. Just it kind of helps us not get too overwhelmed in situations where we're maybe not doing as well. Like, if one person's not doing well, then somebody else is going to step up and step in and help. So I think that just kind of helps nobody put too much pressure on just one person. It's that we know that, hey, if this person's not hitting today, then these people are going to step in and help. And it's kind of like there's not pressure on just one person to perform.
And how'd the game go?
I think the game went well toward the end. I really appreciated how we pulled through in the end, that it wasn't like, oh no, we're not hitting the ball well, so then everybody just kind of crumbled and fell apart. Like, we continued to play defense knowing that our hitters are going to hit and we're going to score runs, and I think we ended up pulling through and doing really well toward the end.
Cool, so and real quick, talk about KJ's game-winning hit and Riley's grand slam.
I just love it. I love it when they perform. When the younger girls just step up and step in and fulfill that role, it just makes me feel really good inside. It was like a proud big sister moment. Like when Riley hit a game, kind of like a go-ahead home run when we were in the TCS Nationals in Chino Hills, and just knowing that she doesn't get overwhelmed in those situations, I know that they're both going to be great, continue to get better and better, and knowing that they're going to get better from how they are right now should be a little bit scary to other people, but I just think that they fulfilled their roles really well, and they're amazing players, and just getting to play with them and seeing that at such a young age that they're willing to just go all in and just play out for everybody else is just something that's really special, and I think we really appreciate having them here to continue to push us through these games.
Awesome. A couple more before I let you go. So what is the outfield like? Tell me about the players you're playing with in the outfield, sort of what your dynamic is and how you all sort of hype each other up out there.
Our outfield is funny. I'm always having some sort of conversation with Kai or some sort of conversation with KJ, and I think we kind of just like to keep each other loose. Like, sometimes I realize during practice that when we're like we're locked in, but we're just having fun, like we make plays a lot better. It's almost as if like having fun like keeps us locked in. Like, we're not like over stressing everything and trying to make everything as perfect as it can possibly be. And if it's not, then it's like the end of the world. But I think Kai and I mainly keep each other really loose. We've been in the outfield together. We've probably played with each other the longest out of everybody on the team, and I think our dynamic out there has just gotten better through the summer. We were working a lot on our communication and making sure that we're confident in the outfield, not only by where the fence is, but who's taking short angle on the ball and who's making sure who's the cut. And I think our communication has really just helped us kind of push together and make sure that the outfield dynamic stays where it needs to be.
Awesome. So what's the mindset for the rest of the weekend? What are you thinking personally, and then also how is your team feeling?
I think I've put a lot of pressure on myself at the start of this week, so it hasn't really gone the way I wanted it to, but I think I just need to remember that I'm not playing for myself. I'm not playing for wanting, I want everybody to know who I am. I want this. It's like I need to play for my team, and I think I'm really confident going into the rest of this week, knowing that the hitters are going to hit. The pitchers have been doing absolutely amazing. Our infield has been getting it done. Just knowing that every piece of our puzzle is kind of coming together makes me feel a lot more confident about this week. Just understanding that every piece of what we have is just doing their job and staying together, and I think we've done a really good job, and I'm really confident for the rest of this week.
Cool. And also let me know, just to have, where you're going next year.
I'm going to the University of Florida next year.
And how you feel about that?
I'm super excited. I just love the dynamic over there. It kind of reminds me a little bit of travel ball. Coach Walton reminds me of Coach Mike, and I like the legacy that they've had at Florida, how they have had a legacy of being great, how they have they take really good care of their athletes, really good care of their alumni. I'm super excited to be a Gator, and I don't know, I'm super excited to be there.
Me too.
Cool. And so my last question for you is, win or lose, what has AFCS been for you this year?
Win or lose, I really just appreciate this tournament. I like the format of it. I like that it kind of reminds me of where we all want to be, which is eventually the Women's College World Series. I like the competition. I love being around the best teams in the country, and I really just like the support of the players. Like, it's always just about the players, not necessarily about who's running the tournament or like just everything else. I just like that it's about the players, it's about the teams, it's about making sure that everything runs smoothly, and I just really appreciate getting to come somewhere like these amazing fields and like they just take really good care of their athletes. So I appreciate getting to come somewhere like here and play with some of the best.
Cool. And are you proud of your team? Tell me about that.
I am very proud of my team. I'm always proud of my team. Win or lose, I think we do a really good job of just staying together, and I honestly don't think there will be a lose if we continue to do our jobs and continue to support each other. So I am extremely proud of my team always, no matter win or lose.
Big day.
Awesome. Thank you, Taylor.